Heroine by Toti O'Brien. And the closet where she would be shut to be in total darkness and, like Galileo in the tower, meditate on her sins. And the sin that caused the punishment was the same each time, daring rebellion against some perceived abuse. The result was the closet, a radical form of reclusion meant to weaken her hubris by sensorial starving, so to speak. Soon the darkness that first paradoxically had blinded her filled itself with glare like will-o'-wisp in a swamp, like the halos of wandering ghosts. In the closet, she didn't repent. She calmed down, her rage like a motor that, unplugged from her counterpart, her opponent, slowly lost speed. The engine that had her put on fire hushed itself, melting with the very beat of her heart. And her brain, which had wound itself into tiny loops of obsession, chewing onto the meager bone of some right and wrong, some vague claim of justice, finally went numb, lulled by its own bitter song. Time vanished in the closet, as space did. Only her aching body, only her bruised soul remained. Of release, she recalled nothing. When was the door unlocked? If she heard the key turn, if she dared trying the knob, if the light outside made her blank, if she first had to pee or looked for a kerchief, for water, if she smelled dinner and the smell suddenly comforted her, if food made her forget, if she could eat at all. The Time Heals, Insane No More by Andrew Darlington. The phases of the moon in 1907, the algorithms of butterflies, a dialogue with the dead, through an ambiance of bells and birdsong, an immaculate taste, the faucet that drips and the clocks that won't tick, where words are pictures in smoke, and to say there is no choice is a failure of the imagination, for the moon is howling in the copse, and oblivion is calling my name. Humming Storms by Carlene M. Gadapee. Street lightning stretches and winks. The metallic smell of ozone is in the air. No snug little house cradled by beach roses. No fence to stop sand from sifting over the threshold. No old woman lives here, only horseshoe crabs. Tiny plovers scuttle across broken steps, etching letters into dust, graying and splintered. Shutters creak on rusted hinges, unable to block wind and rain. No one visits, not even to straighten a broken chair or to sweep one careful hand along a silted sill. There's no story, just shadows and ghosts. Things you will learn about me after it's too late. After Brian Trimboli. By Lana, Hechtman, Ayers. As soon as I could hold a crayon, I wrote poems. One about a bunny who had no tail. I wanted to grow up to be an astronaut so I could escape the gravity of childhood. My first crush was on the winter night sky. In a crowd of people, mosquitoes swarm me. Sleep was never a friend. Barbie, a sworn enemy with her wasp waist and long, straight blonde locks. I could never grow my natural afro hair much below my ears. Hula hoops and I reached a truce. I have failed at everything, some things more than once, some things 1,000 times. This hasn't stopped me. The forest canopy is my adopted family. Coffee is a verb. Poetry is breakfast. My heart beats aligned with Atlantic Ocean's pulse. Klutz, I have spent my entire life falling. First in love with darkness, then shadow. Once I rolled down a hill and would have kept rolling forever, except for my head colliding with a cedar tree. Thankfully, the tree was unharmed. I trip over words, especially goodbye. I fell into mathematics as a major in college, and I'm still solving for X. Stumbled into the oblivion of Earl Grey ice cream. I teeter on the seesaw of self-loving, but a fulcrum of constant panic balances things out nicely. My life story is the autobiography of rain. Switching Glasses by Mark Saba. Mine are new triple focus lenses requiring some getting used to. Hers haven't changed since her 4th grade eye examination. A lifetime of fumbling in the dark, zeroing in on my lips, cleaning contacts. So now, after 15 years, we switch glasses. You look cute in mine, she says. To me, all is equally blurry. Whoa, she pulls back. These make me dizzy. We look around, profiles of curious chickens, then give each other back. Comfort lies in our individual worlds and an infinite getting to know from our views of finite selves. Swimming in the Time of Kali Yuga by Karen Warinsky. Her fears sometimes glide inside me, doing butterfly kicks and easy breaststrokes while I cannot swim. My fear of water runs deep, placed there by my mother's stories and doubts. A liquid fright running over every part of her life, doused by 20th century challenges, the opening act of the apocalypse, the Kali Yuga, the singularity. It was windy and cool the morning of our diving lessons, and the young teacher kept her clothes on over her swimsuit. So I thought, she won't come in after me. She won't get her clothes wet, because I had been dipped in doubt, prepared for betrayal, taught to expect the worst. I stopped taking lessons. Years later, my 3 children became lifeguards. Strong and fearless, they dove, swam past the buoys, saved others, an overcompensation for my driftwood life, which had taken me far from my past, from many worries, though I am always watching for a flash flood, a time of unexpected inundation, a time when nature decides to take back what is hers.